Hi everyone. Let's check. Alright, because I don't have any idea how much room is on my computer at the moment. I am now double checking that there aren't messages coming up and that my microphone is in fact working, because it's twice now that I have made a video that's got no sound. Anyway, I'm making a video now because it's that time of the week again, and even though it feels like I do this every bloody day, they're empty. I took my two Ritalin this morning just because I obviously needed to wake up, but I really need to take the rest of them too, yeah? Anyway, I thought I would make this at the same time because A, I'm extremely freaking happy and I'm very aware of what I did wrong yesterday. So I read a bunch of stuff about snoozing yesterday and why we do it, and the conscious state that we're in, and all the non-conscious state that we're in, so to speak, and all the different factors that play into why people like me or others out there hit the snooze button so bloody often. And I remembered the trick, the number one tricks were when your alarm goes off, sit up straight away. Just sit up. And then turn on a light. This morning it went off. So I think I mentioned that Graham's messaging me because I sent him a picture of my fucking medication box and I was like, oh my god, how is it this day again? Anyway, so I know what I did wrong yesterday, at least. So when the snooze came up, and it gives you I don't know how other people's phones work, but I'm guessing they're all pretty similar. But my phone, the alarm starts flashing at me, and I pick the most irritating, annoying, frickin' possible sound there is, and activated the voice system. So now my alarm is actually telling me, you have to get up, right? But I did what I always do, because let's face it, learning a new habit or trying to put something good into your life can take time. Could also just be making a whole bunch of excuses. I'm not really sure. But so yesterday what I must have done is it came up and it was set as a 5-minute snooze, and then there was an X button. So I changed the snooze to 10, but then I clicked the X button. So I'm now realizing that the X button literally just stopped the alarm. It just cancelled out the snooze. So I learned that. That's good, at least. This morning, same thing. Alarm went off, only this time I registered what I had obviously done. And I actually am setting my alarm for 6:40 in the morning to give me that time to wake up, and then again at 7 a.m., right? So it did go off at 6:40. I think that is when I registered my original mistake from yesterday. I wasn't getting up at 6:40, so I let that one go. But when the 7 a.m. one did go off, I did what actually no, I know the 6:41 went. So I actually think I did it on the 7 a.m. one as well. I'm fairly positive. Instead of sitting up immediately on the 7 a.m. alarm, that could have been even actually when I registered, because the 6:41 didn't have any snoozes even attached to it or voices things attached to it. It was just to originally wake me up, to give me that sort of in-between time. How do I do this without getting real loud? So, there's my big box of medication that's filled to the fucking top, man. Anyway, hold on 1 minute, please. I might have put 2 days medicine and these little things, so that at least that way I have a full thing of it. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm clearly self-sabotaging. Can't figure out why. It'll come to me. But when the alarm went off, I was like, I'm having my 5 minutes. I did. So I figured out the thing I'd done wrong, and it did snooze for 5 minutes, and it went off at 7:05, and thankfully the voice thing kept going, so it was like, it is time to get up, get out of bed, or whatever it is I've said it to you. There's so fucking many of these guys. Like, if any of you have seen my crying my mind out, losing my mind videos, just try to imagine what I'd be like without all the meds I take. And then add ice on top. It's a hell of a thing to think about, isn't it? Anyway, this time when the alarm did go off on the snooze, I sat straight up, I turned my light on, I got immediately out of bed, so that was like sit up, light on, feet on the floor. Those were the 3 main tips of getting up, yeah? And I did it. I had pancakes cooking on my stove by like 7:20. So I'm pretty happy with myself. I will be truthful, like I'm actually ecstatically happy with myself. Got fucking pills coming out my ears, like it's unbelievable. Now the reason I picked up the camera for now, besides wanting to prove that I have been up and have someone to talk to while I do this very boring, monotonous job of filling up my paint box, excuse me, is because I thought I would share this funny little story that's happened. I think it's funny because I have to think it's funny because it's technology related, and now technology is at such a point where, like I keep saying, I'm sure there's a vendetta out against me. You know? Let's see. I think I have all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different things currently on my fucking kitchen table in front of me. That doesn't even include pain meds. Anyway, so last night, if you saw my very last video, I had this, it was clearly like a combination between a aha and a oh my god, how did it take so freaking long live for the penny to drop moment, yeah? But basically what it was is that I bought the freaking Google Hub Nest Home, whatever the hell it is called, to help me with structure, yeah? So most of us are aware by now Liv doesn't have any, because it turns out I only have it when I'm with other people. Like I have a fucking busy day today, yeah? Like I think I just ran through it. Like I might have been even just graying my toes. But the vet at 10, at an online meeting with uni at 11, an online meeting with my storytelling job at 1, and then my support client at 2:30, and then, like I've said to him, I can't really finish any later than 6:30. If it's any later than that, like 6:30, 6:45 sort of thing, and if it gets to that point, I'm going to have to go to the Toastmasters meeting straight from where I am anyway, because as we know, I'm going as a guest to the other location for the Toastmasters tonight, to see the difference, yeah? Now, I'm fairly certain I will be joining my local one, if for no other reason than the fact that I have to keep my driving down. Like, it's that simple, yeah? Like, everything is causing my pain levels to, like, sky high, sort, yeah? And, like, I made my bed just before, and the simple thing of putting the duvet on the bed fucks with me. Like, it's hot outside. Like, my curtains are mostly still sort of like mostly closed because it's meant to get to like 24 degrees today. And 24 degrees is hot. Not hot like it gets to 37, 40 degrees, but it's hot. And my house is one of those houses, it's built out of concrete. I'm guessing that has something to do with it. It doesn't never match what's outside, so to speak, but it'll get hot, is my point, yeah? Now, I'm not going to be home for a lot of the day, but I will be home, like I've said, for the morning after Boss's little injection. Good news on the Sebastian front. We have found a vet who can do the test that he needs because they cannot release Sebastian in with the other reptiles at the wildlife park until they know he is 100% safe, which would be very, very weird if he's not, since he's been in my possession for the last 18 years. Yeah? Anyway, I'm already beginning to do my own for today, guys. Yeah, I'm already beginning. So anyway, the reason I thought it would be fun to make a video now, though, is because I really want that hub thing, which is why I originally bought it, to help me keep my life organized. So I started asking it before, like, how do I use you to like plan my day? And then it started going on about freaking voice something, like making sure my voice was activated, and it was like it knew my voice, and I had to go through all this process with the app on my phone only to get to the end of it, and it was like, you are already set up with this. And I'm like, well, okay, I knew that, but I don't know why you're asking me to do that. However, whatever it is that I have done, now the fucking thing says she doesn't know who I am. You must register your voice or some fucking blah blah blah. And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me, yes? So there's more stuff to learn. At the rate I'm going, I am honestly starting to think that the next time I get a decent fucking rest, like a rest that I need for my, like, sleeping in for a couple of days and having a damn bed isn't really rest for someone who lives with chronic pain. It's just all being confounded on top of each other, yeah? But I am doing what I can to help myself, and I really, really, really need to figure out hydrotherapy. Now, I have 11 notes everywhere about shit that I need to do. I've not done it. Yesterday I told Graham I had a folder on my computer that I've been trying to get, like, save stuff to the hard drive, the home cloud hard drive thing, to get room on my computer, right? And, excuse me, and that's right, I was going through different folders. Excuse me. Here's what I need. And I had this folder on my desktop, and it was like, the title of the folder was all capitals, and it was like, needs to be actioned immediately. Needs to be actioned immediately. So, in the way I live is, yes, I did what I do, and I avoided it. I'm always like, I really, really don't know what's in that folder, eh? But every time I looked at it, I was like, I don't know why I titled it that, but I don't want to check either. So, I finally did, thankfully. Graham thought it was hilarious. And anyway, it turned out to be, because I need to replace my wildlife book, which I already knew, by just, like, every single year they send me paperwork to update my wildlife license. Obviously, you can't have reptiles as pets unless you have a wildlife license, yeah? And it said something like, do you need to replace the book? And I was like, yes, I do. But then it had all these other questions about replacing all the, like, yearly paperwork. And I was like, I know I have a lot in my file cabinet, but I've moved like a half a dozen or more times in the last 10 years, yeah. And what did I just open? Right. I've switched pharmacy, so I'm getting stuff in different boxes, so it's a little confusing. How many do I need to take? That's not right either. Anyway, so yeah, it was about that, but I have literally no idea, like, if I'm expected to send in all 18 years worth of paperwork for licenses. So it seemed really silly to half do the paperwork when I obviously need to call them to figure some stuff out. But the lady from the wildlife park has come back to me and said, we've got a vet who can do the tests, and they'll put us in contact with each other. I've literally no idea what will be like the cost of these things, but I don't know. We'll see if they might be able to help me out with something, because let's face it, I'm donating my pet to them. I swear, filling out my pill box is probably one of the most boring, tedious jobs ever, and I honestly feel like I just do it constantly, yeah? But yeah, so I was up, I'm good, I'm happy. I actually do feel really good for being awake. Like I said, my pillbox obviously I'm filling now, so I wasn't able to take my straight morning meds as I usually would, but there tends to be, without fail, throughout the week, occasions where I don't take all of my Ritalin, because, like, I don't know, like, I take the amount that I'm supposed to take when I have to fucking function to the level that I do, like, for example, today. But on the weekends, if I just need to chill and let every single part of me relax, then no, I'm not taking it. Or I might take one and not anymore, sort of thing, yeah? So, like right now, for example, Saturday has all 3 Ritalin in the middle one still, because I didn't take any more than the ones I took when I got up. And there are still 2 on Friday, no, Saturday and Sunday. Other 2 days I didn't take them properly because I didn't want to, because like I've just said, Ritalin's great in the sense that it helps me be like awake and focus longer and study better and whatever it might be, but keep forgetting fucking today's ones. But yeah, until I get these meals delivered, which I'm gonna have to do some fucking actually looking into, because the only way I'm gonna be able to, like, I want a normal life. I feel like I deserve one. I have accepted that I will live with chronic pain and a multitude of other fucking coexisting bloody conditions, but I refuse to accept that I have to be alone in my home doing nothing, wasting away. It's just that I have to do whatever it takes to keep my pain levels down, and eating regularly is definitely really one of them, I'm sure of that. So let me just check, God almighty. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I do find it funny that I've had the hub for as long as I've had, and I haven't really used it for anything real. And now I finally figured it out, but I'm actually not totally sure still how to do it, but I guess that's just more homework. The other thing I really need to try and figure out, and I've no idea if I'm going to get away with it. That sounds dodgy, but like, I know I talk about how much I hate bras, and hello, darling. That is 1000% the truth. I freaking hate them, yeah. But I hate them because of the pain they cause me. And even just putting on a sports bra now to go and play tennis is like almost like more than I can handle, because it just takes my pain from anywhere from, say, you know, my pain levels as it is are at a good, decent 5.5, I reckon, and it's only 8:27 in the morning. And they increase, yeah, but as soon as I put a bra on, it's just instantly skyrockets, yeah. So I've been trying to figure out if there's a outfit I can wear that is appropriate enough for work and Toastmasters. It doesn't involve wearing a bra because I just don't know how I would manage. Don't know how to manage that, and I just put the wrong pills in the wrong box. That's where I'm at right now, okay? Okay then, let's start putting boxes away. Bloody hell, I do get my life all sorts of messed up and confused. Anyway, I have no idea what I'm going to wear. It is going to be hot. Apparently it's meant to rain, thunder or something. But yeah, this was obviously what needed to be done. I've got so much to do. I have my meet, so I've been hoping to go to my campus this week to meet a few people. Turns out they're not doing any face-to-face stuff as it is, so everything's online. But my meeting with the learning dude on Friday is about having my trimester draft in place, and to have my trimester draft in place I need to have the fucking planner, and the planner I can print out myself. I just really don't want it on an A4 piece of paper. It needs to be on a big piece of paper, and I need a few of them for around my house. So I am going to organise it to get print through Officeworks and pick them up at some point. Hopefully I can swing through and do it today if I get everything sort of done in time. But yeah, like I remember thinking yesterday, and I may have even said it on a video, I'm not 100% sure, something about like days like today. Like I know it's not a free fucking self-fulfilling prophecy bullshit. It's just a knowing, because I'm nearly 37 and I've lived with this shit for the majority of my life, yeah. But the more I do on a day, the harder the next day is. So it's kind of a really good thing that I'm going to the opera tomorrow. Wait, which ones do these go? Those ones. So fucking many pills, yeah? So I'm going tomorrow. The only real thing I need to figure out, truthfully, is what I'm going to wear, because it's the opera, so, you know, you get to dress up fancy. I think Andrew said it's across from, like, Flinders Station, so training might be the way to go. But I've also had someone else say that there's really good parking in the area, so I'm going to suss it out, because yeah, I'm fairly certain I'm probably not going to want to train, but we shall see. At least I'm going to the lunch, like the 1 PM one, yeah? Anyway, I do have to skedaddle. I have even more things to figure out now, like how to get my hub to do as I need it to do. But one thing after another, hey. But once I've done this, the very first thing I really want to figure out is, as I've said, getting these things printed, because that's important, and it was my homework for the week from uni to get this stuff done. And it does need to be done, because I realise it's not just fitting in the classes and the working on the assignments and all of that stuff, but I also need to be scheduling in time to study, time to work, because, like, it can get difficult when your pain levels are high, and I just can't go through what I went through. And Graham and I ended up speaking for like 2 hours yesterday, and I was mentioning something this morning about about needing to remember to take my oils. Oh, because I wrote it on the actual thing where they are. Remember to take oils, yeah? Because I spend all these monies on the oils and don't always remember to take them. It's not so much the THC I'm talking about, but the more to it, the CBD oil calms me down a lot. And who wouldn't like a much calmer version than live? I sure would. So yeah, that's me for now. I'm at 25 minutes and 42 seconds. So I'm going to finish this up saying I hope you all have a lovely Tuesday. I need to upload this and finish what I'm doing, which I'm nearly finished, thankfully, and then figure out something to wear. But yeah, happy Tuesday, everyone. Talk to you later.